Okay, cool. All right. So, dude, congratulations on that deal. We were finally able to close it. I'm sorry about the
Yeah,
hiccups.
thank you. No
We
problem.
had a bunch of stuff coming in and out, and I just had to put
Hmm.
a pause on everything so that I could like
Yeah,
monitor
yeah.
all the disbursements. So forgive me for that, but we're taken care of.
No problem.
Okay, cool. So you are where? What part of town are you in?
I'm in New Jersey,
Awesome. Okay,
Central
so
Jersey.
you're in Jersey,
Hmm.
and right now, or you've been wholesaling for about 6 months, is that right?
Yeah, I've been taking it serious about 6 months, maybe less.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
about
cool.
6.
All right. How did you find out about it?
I've looked at it for a while, maybe like a year or two.
Okay.
I've been dibbling dabbling, just researching about it, and then after I finished playing overseas one year, I just happened to run across a Discord page on Instagram, and then I
Hmm.
followed it. I just started learning more about it, and then I just went full blast out there.
Awesome. So you were playing overseas?
Yeah, yeah, yep. I've
Yeah.
been playing professionally basketball for about 14 years now.
That is awesome, man. Okay.
Yeah,
Where'd you
thanks.
play?
I've been all over. My first
Yeah, yeah.
5 years, I was in Europe. My first five, and then my last eight year, I was in South America. So I've been all over South America, all over Europe, everywhere.
That is awesome. So did you retire from the game or what happened?
Not yet. It's just been slowing up. 30, oh, 37 now. So,
Okay.
I'm getting up there. So I haven't really fully retired, but I haven't gone anywhere yet. That's why I've been going so hard with this wholesale, just to
Sure.
make up income.
Yeah. Do you have an agent that like promotes you to the teams?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's what this
He's
so the
hmm
that is awesome, man. Okay, cool. All
Thanks.
right. So for the last 6 months, you've been wholesaling, and you're averaging like what, about a deal a month?
Almost no, really almost about two. I try to get about two a week. Is about one, sometimes maybe two a week.
Okay. Now you
So,
when you say okay, so help me understand. Are you locking them up under contract,
um,
or are you bringing the buyer and
so,
doing JV deals like what you did with us?
so, uh, both. So, like, I find deals. I look I network look. I see who's selling them, who's selling them, and then if the owner is selling them, I just lock them up on the contract myself. But if someone else is selling them, because I know a bunch of buyers, I'll be like, hey, I got a buyer. If you're willing to JV, let's JV. Either we can. I always try to do 50-50 split, just
Sure.
to make it fair, make it even with everybody. Just I try to just do the good business. So I always try to do 50-50 split.
Okay. All right. So you find the buyer, the sellers, and right now, primarily you're going on marketplace, or what are you doing?
Well, I go on Marketplace. I'm in this Discord with two different Discords. One is called Enterprise Elite, and they got
Oh
about
yeah.
they got
Okay.
about
So
a
you follow
thousand
you
people in there.
yeah, you follow him. He's a good coach. Did you ever sign up with the program? Enterprise
Well,
Elite?
and it's a little yeah, I did. So the first time it was like $40 just to enter and
Sure.
do everything, and then after that, me and him we just built like a special like connection. I never paid for it again. He added me in everything. He always added me to join his
What's
call
his
because
name?
one guy is Chris, one guy is it's like three or four of them.
No, but the primary guy, the primary
Oh,
the blonde guy who pretty much started it
yeah,
all. I forget his name.
yeah. He drives around always showing off that
Yeah, yeah,
G
yeah.
right. It's in the disco.
Okay.
I don't even
So do you talk to him? You communicate with him?
Yeah, right, regularly. Like if I need like help with something, I just ask him about it. He'll tell me. Like I brought him like same way. I brought him like property. Either he tell me, hey, it's not a good deal. He'll take it when I first was starting, and he the same way. I just every day just three, four, five. And he was like, how are you getting all these? Sometimes the numbers would be like a little off, but I tell him like, hey, I'm not. I don't necessarily go by the book. I just try to do it the fastest way, the quickest way, to where the numbers look good to everybody. It may be off about 5, 6,000, but anytime you're selling it the buyer or the seller is going to try to lowball or highball anyway, so they're going to do their own numbers. So I just try to get the numbers as quick as possible and get it to the seller or the buyer as quick as possible.
But okay, but on the Discord, most of those are people that are in the business that we're in. So they're either they're not the sellers. Usually the sellers aren't on the Discord, right? It's usually like investors or people like us who are doing what we do, right?
Right. Well,
Okay.
no, what it's two different one Discord, it is sellers on there, and then some are buyers on there as well. But like, oh, I'm looking for this type of property. If you have any, direct message me. They'll put the email down, and I said I'm up at like my son. This when he was school was out, but I'm up at 8 o'clock, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I start right away, read my messages, get it, and then all the way till after my training or ending my team basketball games. I'm all day. But yeah, to answer your question, there's some buyers, and there's some sellers, and then there's some people that's wholesale and that's looking at JV as well. So I
Got
try
it.
to
Okay.
network with everybody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sure.
So are you primarily focused on getting your deals or promoting other deals that that people will bring to you?
I primarily try to get my own.
Okay.
So I try to have try to have control. I mean,
yeah.
say I'd rather make $1,000 than no money. So if someone else has a property and I just ask, hey, do I got just let me get control of it? Like I just try to get their trust. Like I'm not gonna scam you out, run you out. Just trust me. If you got a property, whatever the price is, I'll keep it locked up. But I just want to have control because a lot of the buyers say, "Oh, let me see the redacted contract or whatever the case may be." So I just always try to get that to give it to them.
Sure.
So, but to answer your question, I try to primarily get my own to have control. But if it's a wholesaler that has it under contract, I try to JV as well.
Okay. So it sounds like your system is already working. I mean, if you're locking up 2 contracts now, out of the 2 contracts that you're locking up per week, how many of those do you think are closing a month? Because we lock up contracts too, but I'm going to level with you. Probably there's a fallout. There's always a fallout of like at least, I'd say 60 to maybe 70%. There's a fallout. Something happens. It always happens. So we're closing about 30 to 40% of our contracts right now. I'd like to get it to at least 50 to 60. Ideally, that would be perfect. But how many do you think you're closing a month if you're getting about
a month? If I get, let's just say, if I lock up 2 a week, I probably would do. That'd be 8 a month. I would say about 5.
Okay.
5 a month. But that's sometimes it like is myself, but then sometimes there are some that I'm JVing with. So
sure. But still, it's still good money. That's still pretty good money, man.
Yeah, I'd rather make 2,000, than none. I can make the 10,000, but I'd rather join with someone and make 4,000 or 5,000 rather than none. So
right.
Like
okay, but on the Discord that you're at right now, they're not teaching you any other strategies other than the marketplace and JVing. Like,
well, they teach you strategies, but I never followed their strategy. To me, and I'll be honest, close the door. Sorry about that.
It's cool.
I try close it. They teach you like the cold calling. To me, I like to do it fast. So I don't necessarily like the cold calling, asking, going this. They give you a script. I believe I'm a people's person. Like all I gotta do is talk to you. If I can talk to you, I feel like I can build a conversation, relationship to build their trust. And all I gotta do is, once I get their trust, I can get anything. I just feel like it, and it's just part of me being a point guard, being a leader.
Yeah.
So I just try to follow it. Hey, I can get this sold, and then I'm once they give me the contract, I'm sending it to this, that person as quick as possible, and I'm looking for others in the same time. So it's like I'm multitasking all at once. So I don't really, I followed their way for like maybe like 2 weeks. I had like a notebook like this thick of addresses and just going there, and everyone no. So I'm like, let me figure out another way. So I just started networking, whether it's the Facebook Marketplace, whether it's Google, whether it's a Discord, whether I see a joining a community group where everybody is wholesaling. And then another thing, they tried to tell me, oh, stay in just the state you at. I got properties in Georgia right now, Alabama, Texas, Florida, North Carolina, New Jersey, everywhere. So I just try to just dibble and dabble. So if I got 6 states and I'm networking with at least 2 other people of each state, they bring more. So it's just I just try to be all over.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So and still though, these are for sellers from Facebook Marketplace, right?
Yes.
You're finding,
Yes.
and by the way, we teach people how to use Facebook Marketplace all the time because it's a good
Yeah.
resource. It's an easy place.
Absolutely.
Do you ever use Zillow and go after
I
the for
use
sale by owners on Zillow too?
Yeah, I use Zillow. Zillow is definitely another smart, easier, faster way as well.
Because
So when I
what I've discovered on Marketplace, a lot of those you have to go through for every 10 postings,
yeah,
only one of them is a real seller. Like,
yeah,
yeah, like 90% of them are agents posting other properties trying to find buyers
hmm
or
hmm
wholesalers promoting their deals on there. So
hmm
it's like a 1 out of 10 for me, at least.
hmm
That's been my experience. I got to
hmm
go through like 50 different listings and then I might get like 5 actual sellers. It's always like a 10% ratio of where I'm actually dealing with real sellers. Is that what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
going through too?
Uh, yeah, it's definitely you got to weed out the ones that are because it like I find a lot of wholesalers as well. But in the
Yeah,
description, I kind of describe. So in the description, I will put homes for sale by owner, or I will put distressed properties, or I will
sure.
put off market properties. I changed it up, and I find it a little easier to the distance of the search, the criteria. So I would do 10 miles. Let's just say like I'm from like I would do in Georgia. I would do um, let's just say I do Decatur. I would do 5 miles first. I search. Maybe I find one. Then I go out do 10 miles, 20 miles, thirty
Got it.
miles, and I won't go that far. So maybe I get 3 actual buyers just from that Decatur, and then I will go to another closest city, and then I would do another 5, 10, all the way up to 30. I may find another 2. So that'd be 5 buyers from right there. Oh, 5 sellers, sorry. And that around that area of Decatur, because usually a lot of the buyers they say, oh, I want to be 20 miles from Decatur. So I just try to find cities around there because some seller may put they're from this city. So I try to find it a 20-mile radius from 3 different cities that's closest to that, and I find 4 or 5 different properties that's actually from the owner in that
Right.
city. So I
Okay.
try to do that way, and then I go to another city that's 100 miles away, and then I do that way because they try to say, "Oh, I don't want to be in Atlanta. I want to be North Georgia, South Georgia." So I may get like 7 properties or 8 properties in that area, and then I just find the 5 best ones, and then I just try to get those on the contract.
Awesome. Okay, so we then approach the sellers. You try to get a hold
Mm-hmm.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
Initially you're just chatting with them, right? And then you try to
Yeah.
get them on the phone.
Well, yeah, I get them on the phone last. So I first go to them and just tell them that I ask them, obviously, are they the owner? If they the owner, and I just say I just want to. I'm up front, like, hey, I'm a wholesaler. I have a buyer in this area.
So
That's
you're telling them up front you're a
up
wholesaler?
front, up front, because
Wow.
I found it earlier in the process. Like if I'm like, oh well, I'm talking. If I say, they won't ask me if I'm a buyer from I won't mention it, and then we'll have this long conversation. And then at the end, they say, "Oh, so how much you want to buy for?" I'm gonna say, "Oh, I'm a wholesaler." And they say, "Oh, well, I'm not. I'm just looking for an end buyer." And I
Right.
just cut all that nonsense out. Hey, look, I'm a wholesaler, by the way. I was like, but if you're willing to, assign this property to me, I can get it sold to you, and let's just say 10 days or less. And I was like, just put your trust in me, blah blah blah. You don't have to do anything. I'll find you. Just let me find a buyer for you. Obviously, I already will have a buyer. If you let me find a buyer for you, I can get this property sold at a price. I'll tell them straight up. It may, if you're asking for 120,000, you may have to be able to take 110, 115, but I will get it sold for you, easy. You won't have to do no work, just kind of have a salesman conversation with them.
Sure.
And I found it 95% of the time it works. 5% they just say, "Oh, I'm just looking for an end buyer," and I just tell them like, "Hey, I'm an end buyer." The 5% that it doesn't work, I tell them like, "Hey, I also buy properties. Like,
Hmm.
if the properties that I don't like, I have buyers that's interested in properties as well. I can always show them, and I can connect y'all together. Obviously, I'll be the buyer and the, the person that's helping them, and I just tell them it goes that way. Do a cut if it's 110,000. Hey, you can just pay me 5,000, or I just take 5,000 from whatever the price is, and they always go for it.
Okay, but what do you do when the seller, let's say that the seller's priced it right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy, I think, to say, okay, so I need it at like 110 and they're asking 120, right? But what
Mm-hmm.
if they're asking 120 and the property, just based on the condition it's in, is really only worth like 65, 70? And
Hold
that's,
on.
what's that conversation like for you? How are you making that leap? In other words, I could understand someone saying, okay, yeah, you want to wholesale it, no problem. Give it to me. I want 115, and then
Mm-hmm.
you could do whatever you want to do. But when that gap is so big, like how do you convince them that price is the price that you should be getting at, and then still overcome the hurdle of like, okay, and I'm going to wholesale it too. So I'm going to hit you
Mm-hmm.
once with the
Mm-hmm.
lower price, and then I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
hit you again with me wholesaling it and making a profit off of it.
So hold on. So you ask. So if they're selling it for 115,
Let's just say.
uh,
But you run your
what?
numbers and you're like, no, this property it's not worth
Oh, I
more
tell
than
them
this.
straight up. I'm like, hey, you're not gonna get 115 for this. It's straight up. I tell them, hey, and I tell them because when the owner's selling it, they don't really know the numbers. I tell them
Mhm.
if it's 115, and let's just say it's only worth 80,000. I
Okay,
said,
so
hey, this property right here you have. I'm like, it's not. First of all, it's not worth 115,000. I was like, you gotta look at the repair costs. I'm like, no one is gonna buy this. I said, you gotta add in the repair costs, how much it's gonna cost to repair it, the ARV, the comps in the neighborhood. Don't throw that. Sorry, the comps in the
yeah,
neighborhood. I
yeah.
was like, it doesn't match up. I was like, but if you're willing to come down to, let's just say, if it's worth 80, I just say if you're willing to come down to about 85, 90, I can get it sold. And then that's when they be like, oh, well, run the numbers. Sometimes they say, all right, well, let me think about it. I let them
Right.
think about it. I give them a day. All right, well, did you think about it? What are you thinking? Oh, well, they'll say, about a situation. They'll say like, well, if I looked at the numbers, my numbers are right. I'm like, all right, well, I talked to the buyer. He's willing right now to do 85, 90, but you have to be willing to take that loss. I was like, he took into account the repair cost, how much it's going to cost to repair it, the ARV, and they want to sell it back on top of that. I was like, you have to come down to 85 and just be realistic. I always throw the word in realistic so they know they got to
Sure.
jump off of this fantasy. Like, I'm like, yeah, you have to be realistic with it. You're not going to get this price from anywhere. You can keep it on the market, but it's going to take you 60 to 90 days. I was like, I would say, but if you're willing to come down, let's just say 90,000, I can get this sold. I always use 10 days or less. I can get this sold to you for 10 days or less. And then,
Huh.
they usually go for it.
Awesome. Okay. How many conversations do you think you're having a day with sellers in order to get the 1 to 2 contracts a week?
Mm, my phone goes off all day.
Yeah. Because I
I would
mean,
say about it's really not. I don't think I go back and forth a lot. I get straight to the point. So is I have a so if I have one seller today, like I
mhm,
had a person that is property right now. I'm trying to get in Indiana.
mhm.
So and I talked to him around 10 o'clock, and I probably had since 10 o'clock. I probably had 3 conversations with him, and I'm about to get it under contract.
Awesome.
Probably yeah, I probably
And
had three
and this was from
conversations
Facebook Marketplace.
from Facebook Marketplace. Yep,
Awesome.
yep, yep. And I
That
got
is
3. I'm waiting on 2 more.
on 2 more that you're going to get under contract.
Yeah, so like right here. So can I screen record? I'll show you it. Can I screen record this?
Uh, I think you mean screen share?
Yeah,
I
screen
can,
share.
so what I can do is I can make you the host and then you'll have the opportunity to share. Hold on one second. I'll make you the host. And then you should be able to share your screen. Try it now.
Button share screen.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Yeah. So
Let's see if that works.
is it
Cool.
all right? So this right here. This was at this property right here. So okay, it's 2:30 right now. I talked to him at 12:47. I asked
Okay.
the owner, the other owner, so these people they're not the owner, but they have the property.
So they're wholesalers, right?
Yeah, yep.
They have it under assignment. Okay.
They have it on assignment right now. So right now they have it under assignment, and that's what they said the email. And I told them, right, and I do have a buyer. And I told him I have a buyer. I'm a wholesaler as well. If you're willing to JV, we can have this sold by Friday, which is really going to be Monday.
Yeah.
So, and then they ended up sending me 2 properties. And then I asked for their phone number, and that was 35 minutes ago. That's
Awesome.
one.
Okay, so
And
this is going to be a JV. This is a JV, and you found them. Now, but in order to make this JV successful, you had to have a buyer in place, right? So you already have buyers that are looking, and you've already designated what their buy box is. You know what they'll buy, and so that's why you're saying you're going to bring it to them.
Yep.
Okay, and so they're supposed to send you a JV agreement, yeah? Or are you going to let them assign it to you, and then you're going to try to assign it to the buyer?
Right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna assign it, and I'm actually gonna assign it. Try to get it a little lower, which because I might not, because right now it's at 80. I'm gonna try to get it, see if they'll go down to 70, which they probably won't, but
maybe 75. Yeah, because I mean
75.
the average spread is like 15, maybe 20
Yeah.
is the
Yep.
average spread. So if you bring them down, you know, maybe you can get them down to about 10. So get them at 75, then you can sell it to your buyer for 80, maybe 80,
Yep.
maybe 85,
But
right?
my buyer, he's already at 90.
He's ready to buy the property at 90. Okay.
At 90.
You gave him the address and everything?
No, not yet.
No.
I didn't want to
Okay.
give him the address yet. I
Yeah,
wanted,
yeah.
because I want the
Yeah.
contract first.
100%.
And then I'll give it to him. And then he's ready to buy immediately. So I can have it by Friday, but I always give him an extra day. So I'll give it to him by Monday. But if it get it Friday, it'd be perfect.
So your secret weapon is Marketplace. That's what you're using.
Marketplace, yeah. I'll be on there all day. All day.
Yeah.
And
I know what that's like. I've done that many times. Yeah, there's times where you're just on there just messaging and you're just sending outbound messages. Now, if you send too many outbound messages though, they'll block you for a little bit. So what do you do? Has that ever happened to you?
No.
On Marketplace? You haven't sent out? Yeah, I mean, I think one day I sent probably like 70 to 100 and then they blocked me for like a week.
I haven't gone that deep. Yeah, I usually go. I get about 15 to 20 and 15 a day, because I try to weed out to real good ones. I try to see.
Yeah.
And you know how at the bottom it says seller information,
right?
And it gives their actual Facebook page. So I actually try to go there and see if they're active on Facebook, so I know that they're real and is a real person.
Right.
And then I go there, and then I go to their actual Facebook page.
So you look at their profile, yeah.
Profile, yeah.
And then you find out if they're agents too. But then you also see that a lot of them are wholesalers too.
Wholesalers,
so are you still reaching out to the wholesalers? Yeah, I mean, you did in that last example, right?
Yep. I still reach out to them because I mean, some of them, the greedy ones, I want to make the 20th. All right, cool. And I'll check back with you in a month. They don't really have buyers, because a lot of them that are greedy, their numbers are wrong. So if they're greedy, I know they're trying to get 20,000 when they can really only make 10,000 or 5,000. So I come back in a couple of weeks and I click, hey, is it still available? Yeah. I'm like, all right, well, if you're willing to JV, man, I'll give you the right numbers and we'll go down a little bit. And then if you're willing to make 7,000 instead of 15,000, that's cool. We can get this done.
Okay.
And then they were like, I'll do it. All right, cool.
Well, it's working, man. I mean, I wouldn't change it. If you have a system in place that's working. Now, the only thing that I can think of that would
Mhm.
make the system better is finding a way for you to be able to delegate this. So you
Mhm.
have someone that's doing it for you, but then that
Mhm.
would require you to give them access to your Facebook account,
Yeah.
and you giving
Mhm.
them. So there's always a little bit of danger uh,
Yep.
doing that.
Yeah,
What,
I agree.
but at some point, you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to
Mhm.
delegate it to somebody else because you don't want
Mhm.
to be on Facebook Messenger all day long. Like,
Nah,
yeah, it's just like,
nah.
yeah, because then what happens is that if you ever step away, or
Mhm.
you go on vacation, or you go overseas again and you're playing, or
Mhm.
something happens, if you're not on there sending these messages back and forth, the business stops.
Yeah, true, true.
So at
Yeah.
some point, and I'm
Mhm.
only speaking from experience, at some point you're gonna want to figure out a way to
It,
delegate it so that
mhm.
somebody's sending these messages for you and responding for you. And you're gonna
Mhm.
have to train somebody to do that because you obviously know what you're saying and what you're doing.
Mhm.
Now you just got to get someone to do it for you. Maybe
No, I agree.
like a brother, sister, cousin, somebody younger, right? And then
Mhm.
you just pay them a little bit, and then you have them
Yeah.
do run that for you.
Mhm.
You
And
know?
then you know what else I did as well, which it allows me to. I've gotten like I said before, I've been networking. So if I'm not on Facebook, I have guys that's starting out, that's reached out in that dispo, that's like, oh, I'm just starting. I got these properties on the contract. I don't know what to do. So now I hit them up. Hey, if you need help, kind of reach out to me. So now I literally have maybe 5 or 6 other guys in each of the states that's getting all these contracts. So I already have the buyers. So now they're sending to me, oh, I got this contract.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you think about the number? Send it, I'm like, oh, just send it to me. I'll look it over. If it's good, I send it to the buyers and then we split the money. So now it's to the point where they're finding the deals, they're sending it to me. Now I'm sending it to my buyer. Well, obviously, which is a JV without a JV, because
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes I just have maybe they hold. You can send a contract if you want JV, but me, I don't mind. Like you can trust me. I give them the money. I will split it up. I always do that, but as long as you keep bringing them, and then maybe for 2 days I'm not on Facebook Market because these guys sent me 3, 4 properties already
That you're working on. Yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
working on. Yeah.
Okay. Another thing, if you have any money, you might can make me the host again. Let me see if I can do that. Oh,
Okay.
reclaim. Oh, I can do it. I got it. Okay, so I'm going to share something with you just so that you can see it.
Okay.
But here is a tool. If you already have the buyers and you've
Mm-hmm.
got a little bit of money that you can throw at the business,
Mm-hmm.
um, let's see, screen. Can you see this? You see Google, right?
Yes.
Okay, so have you ever heard of iSpeed to Lead?
No.
All right, so here, this is a company that what they do is they basically invest money, on different sites. Like if you look, if somebody does a site that says "sell my house fast for cash," right? Let's
Mm-hmm.
say they sell. What'll happen is all these things will come up: superior home buyers, seller's advantage, home offer direct. These are all people that are paying for advertising so that they can get leads.
Mm-hmm.
What this company does is they pay for those leads, and
Mm-hmm.
then or they don't pay for the leads, excuse me, they pay for the advertising. Then they have
Mm.
all these leads in here. So for instance, where in Indiana were you looking for?
It was in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's see if we can find any in Indianapolis. You can find sellers that have responded to these ads, and they're
Mm-hmm.
exclusive leads, meaning they only go to you. Nobody else gets them. And then
Mm-hmm.
you can buy them. Like this one, you can buy for $214. And it says here, I'm going to zoom in so that you can see it. But it tells you like why they're selling too, because they fill out the form. So this is center in Indiana. I'm not really sure where that's at, but tired of being a landlord, tenant occupied. Yes, I own the property. There's no mortgage, and then you can buy this lead. There's another one
Oh wow.
here, Center, Indiana, Elkhart, Indiana,
And this
retirement
is called
elsewhere.
Hill Speed.
It's called iSpeed to Lead. After we're done, I'm going to text you the link so that you could see it. Okay. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you have a little bit of money, you can buy these leads exclusive for,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, 220. Sometimes they're $300 or $400 depending. Look at this one's in pre-foreclosure.
Mm.
Zanesville, Indiana, owner occupied. How fast do you want to sell? I want to sell as soon as possible. Are you the owner? Yes. Yes, and I'm behind on my mortgage. No, it's not listed. So you can come
Oh
up
yeah.
here and you can set up a whole bunch of filters,
Mm-hmm.
and you can determine which ones you want, like
Mm-hmm.
the county, the status, exclusive, active, anyone living in the property, no, it's vacant, tenant occupied, how fast do you want to sell? They fill all this stuff out. The mortgage,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
I'm
for
behind
you.
on my mortgage. Yeah, it's crazy. But these leads are going to cost about like anywhere between 250 to $400 a lead, depending on the market, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I know you can find them on Facebook Marketplace for free, but these are people that are also they're expressing general intent and they have pain points,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
have some money to throw at it that you can do this, this is another way for you to find leads in certain markets. Fort Wayne, Indiana, look at this, pre-foreclosure, financial reasons, sell and rent instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then it tells you how much it is. Now, what I did was I signed up for, they have something called the Coupon Club. So you pay them $199 a month, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can get all the leads for 29 bucks
Oh
that
wow.
that are on sale. 29 bucks a lead, a
A
lead.
lead.
Yeah. So for instance, if I come here, let me show the filters again. If I come up here and I put status, I only want the sale leads.
Mm-hmm.
I will see all the leads that I can buy for $29. So
Wow.
I can buy this one for 29 bucks. I can
Mm-hmm.
buy this one for 29 bucks. All these I can buy for $29.
Nice.
Okay, but now
Oh,
these
that's a
aren't
good.
exclusive, so they're not they sell them to whoever's part of their coupon club. But here's the truth. The truth is I don't care if they're exclusive or not, because like
Right.
when I call people, they're already getting hit up by everybody anyway.
Right.
So like
Right. Right.
what
Right.
do I care?
What do you care?
This,
Yeah.
yeah, this just saves me time so that I'm not having to go out there and like run my own Facebook ads, cold
Mm-hmm.
call, or dig through Facebook Marketplace. These are seriously motivated sellers, and some of them
Mm-hmm.
are in pre-foreclosure and they're hurting.
They hurt. Yeah, they need it done fast.
Yeah. So this is I'll send you the link. It's called I Speed to Lead. I like them a lot.
Yeah,
A
that's
lot.
sweet. Never
And
heard of that.
you can do any market you want. It doesn't matter. You
Mm-hmm.
pick them. So you're in Indiana. What other ones you in?
Florida, Georgia,
Cool.
Alabama,
Yeah, you can do the
Texas.
same. All of those. You can do the same thing in all of them, and they'll show you all of them.
Nice.
Douglasville, right next to Atlanta. They want to sell and rent instead.
Hmm.
Yeah, you buy it for 29 bucks. Get on the phone, give them a call. Boom. So this is another thing that we're doing so that we can get our leads.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fast and easy. It's
Yeah,
just
for
another
sure.
way to do it. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Dispo Dragons is yours. That's your company.
it's our group. Yeah. It's
A
like our
group.
team.
I just hold on. I just talked to someone that has a property in Indiana.
From our team, it's possible.
Yeah, I think so because it said they had a property and they sent it to me, and I think that was the link. It was Dispo Dragons. I think it was in Indiana too.
How funny. We had one
Yeah,
in I'm not sure. Yeah, it's very possible, dude. I don't,
yeah,
I can't keep track of all of them, but
yeah,
it's very
yeah.
possible. How
That's
funny.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was just gonna hat. I was like, hold on. I just was talking to someone. He sent me a link and it said Dispo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Dispo
think it's
Dragons.
Dispo Dragons. Yeah,
Yeah. That's us.
that's sweet.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a couple ideas of things that you could do. You already got
Hmm.
it going on pretty good, man. Don't break the
Hmm.
system. The only thing that you want to do is just like I said, at some point figure out a way, and if you need help later on down the road on
Hmm.
how to delegate that, I can help
Hmm.
you with that. Like I have virtual assistants that are in the Philippines that help me do that. But
Right.
these are people that have been with me for years that I trust,
Right.
giving
Hmm.
access to like some of my
Hmm.
accounts so that they can do the
Hmm.
prospecting for me on Marketplace.
Nice. Now, you don't wholesale? You don't like wholesale? Does your company buys, or do you wholesale
Oh,
as
we do
well?
both. Yeah, we do
You both?
wholesaling, yeah, flipping, we buy, we do sub two. I
Okay.
don't know. I like that's another thing that I really like is purchasing
Hmm.
properties subject to, where
Hmm.
we take over the mortgage and then we make the
Yeah.
monthly payments on the mortgage. So if
Yeah.
that's something that you want to learn, we could teach you how to do that too. Because wholesaling is great for flipping, but
Yeah.
but the truth is, it doesn't really teach you how to build your portfolio. Like,
Right, right. Yeah,
yeah, we make money. That's
yeah,
great. That's great. You make money, but if you're not putting properties in your portfolio, then
yeah. Don't
it's
make.
going to be a grind that never ends.
Yeah, true.
And so what a lot of people don't know about me is that I've been a real estate broker for since I was 18. I'm turning 48
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Mm,
So like my prior career was and still current, but was being a real estate agent and broker.
mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
about 5 years ago is when I really started diving into wholesaling and sub two, buying properties creatively.
Mm,
And we buy and flip too, but
mm-hmm.
not in Indiana. We do it in
Oh
Georgia,
yeah.
Texas, Florida, California, and Arizona.
Mm. See, I
So if
got
you,
this one property that's in Florida. So it's this lady. She's a real estate agent, and
uh-huh.
the guy, the owner had it for 780 on market,
Okay.
and he just kept the buyers just kept deals
Falling
just
out.
kept falling through, and it only in that area the ARV is about 950.
Okay.
So now they just want to get it done with. So I managed to get the owner to go all the way down because it had someone that was going to buy it at 625,
Uh-huh.
but he
625
he
and
was going to do
ARV's 950.
nine. But you need 100. You need 100,000 of work in it, about 100, 115 of work.
Okay. How
Just
much is
to
this? What's the square footage?
it's I don't know off the top of my head. I don't want to lie and make up a number.
That's cool.
But
That's cool. After we're done with this call, I'm gonna text you my email address. Email me the deal. I'll take a look at it.
okay, and it's right
Yeah.
now because they were gonna do a loan, but the loan was only he was only able to get 600. It had to be like 590 or something,
But
600.
was the seller a flipper that like ran out of money?
No, the seller just was they don't want the property no more. They have like two property. He just don't want it anymore. And
Okay.
now I got it all the way down to 565 right now.
All right. Send me the details. Now that
All right.
565 is the seller. But what's your price?
I only do 10. I would do 10 on this. I normally do about 5 to 10, but I only on this one is 10 because the margin
All right. All
is
right.
crazy. I still
Okay.
would do five. If it did, I would do five. I still would do it. But it's
If
this
the numbers are what you're saying,
trust me.
do 10. It's fine. Send me just email me the details after we're done.
Okay, I'll do
Okay.
if I do that immediately. Yep.
All right. All right. I'll text you my email address. I'm going to send you the link to iSpeed to Lead. Okay.
Okay.
When you it's free to register. You only pay if you sign up for the coupon club or if you buy leads.
Okay.
I pay for the coupon club because that way I can buy as many leads as I want for that are on
Yeah,
sale
that'd be the best
for
way.
$29. Yeah, why not? I'm not gonna be.
Mhm.
I'd rather do that than pay $300 or $400 a lead.
Right.
So I'll send that to you too, and then I'll send you the video as well.
Okay.
Shoot me the info on that deal, and then just
Oh
keep
yeah.
doing what you're doing, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. I
All right,
appreciate it.
you're
I
kicking
really
ass.
appreciate it. Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you so
okay,
much.
bud. Good
All right.
meeting you. Take care.
Okay,
Bye.
great meeting you. Thanks.